There is a conversation in the Bible that should not exist. A moment where God speaks, not to a prophet, not to an angel, but to Satan himself. And what he asks is not what you will expect. It is a question that, if you understand it, will completely change how you see suffering, righteousness, and even God himself. Because the mystery is not what Satan did, it's why God started the conversation at the first place. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Now, this is not earth. This is not symbolic poetry. This is a courtroom, a divine council. In ancient Near Eastern context, this language reflects the royal court Satan, where divine beings report before the sovereign king. And then Satan appears not as a red demon with horns, but as the accuser. The Hebrew word for this is Hashatan, a title, not just a name. Hashatan, that means the Satan. Now mind you, he's not there to worship, he's there to persecute. So God asks him, "Where have you come from?" Satan answers, "I'm going to and fro the earth." And then God does something shocking. He brings up a man, unprovoked. "Have you considered my servant Job?" God introduces Job in a conversation Job cannot hear. The trial begins without his consent. Let's slow this down for a moment, because this is where most people really misunderstand the text. This passage is not random storytelling. It belongs to a wisdom literature framework where the question is not, why does suffering exist, but can righteousness exist without reward? This is critical because Satan's argument was philosophical. Does Job fear God for nothing? That is Job chapter 1 verse 9. In Hebrew thought, this is a challenge to the entire moral structure of the universe. Satan is not attacking Job. He's attacking the possibility of a genuine devotion. Then God responds, "Behold, all that he has is in your power." Now, this disturbs many people, because why would a good God allow this? But here is where careful interpretation matters. God is not surrendering authority. He is setting boundaries. He says, "Only upon himself put not thy hand." Job chapter 1 verse 12. This reveals something profound. Satan has mobility but not sovereignty. Power but not permission without divine allowance. Now let's look at the angle most people miss. God is not trying to prove something to Satan. God is revealing something to creation itself. The text never says God doubted Job. Instead, this moment functions as a cosmic demonstration. In other words, Job is not just a man suffering. Job is a witness in a universal courtroom. Let's dive even deeper. If righteousness exists only because of a word, then righteousness is not righteousness. It is transaction. Satan's argument is essentially this: remove the blessings and devotion dies. God allows the tests to answer a question: can love for God exist without incentive? And this is not just Job's question. This is your question. Look carefully at this text. God says, "Have you considered my servant Job?" The Hebrew phrase implies, "Have you set your heart upon?" This suggests something shocking. Satan has not yet targeted Job. God directs his attention. Now this means the trial of Job did not begin with Satan's intention. It begins with God's confidence. Now think about this. What if Job was not randomly chosen, but strategically revealed, not as a victim, but as evidence. In legal terms, Job is not just the accused, he is the exhibit. Now, what does this imply? Your suffering may not always be punishment. It may be presentation, a display of something heaven already knows. But creation has not yet seen. Job never hears this conversation. He suffers without context, which raises a difficult truth. That is, not all suffering comes with explanation. But the text reveals something even deeper. God's silence does not mean absence. There is activity in realms you cannot see nor perceive. And your life may be speaking in places that you cannot hear. So here is the question: was Job's suffering a test, a demonstration, or something else entirely? If God were to speak of your life in such a counsel, what will your faith prove? Tell me in the comments. Do you believe Job was being tested or revealed? If you gained some insight from this video, please give it a like and subscribe to this channel now for more. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, let love guide you, not fear.